I don't know why.
The differentiation is that Austin is wearing long sleeves and Aubrey is in the short sleeves. And that was Austin there putting up the shot. No good. Rebound by Bracy. And we are underway here in the 6 feet and over men's elite semifinal. The winner takes on the two-time defending champs Leah Hayes. Bracy misses from two-point range. That is brought down by Austin Shelton. Gets it over to Aubrey. So it's Bobby and the Shelton boys, but Bobby and the boys is the name they go to as we welcome our folks from the Tri-Cities who just got done watching the regatta. Welcome to Spokane, Washington, and the 2019 Spokane Hoopfest here from downtown Nike Center Court as Bobby and the boys leads it 2-0. You are watching the 6 feet and over men's elite semifinal. And then there's Manuel Alcala. He misses. He didn't go glass that time. We've seen him a number of times like that left side and go off the bank shot for a two-point range.
He likes that side and he likes that bank, but bank not open that time.
No, it's Sunday and it's evening time, so I believe it is closed at this point.
You got to go ATM.
You got to. Hopefully no surcharge. As the missed shot put up by Aaron Shelton. Now inside Mac Johnson. He misses as it's tracked down by Aubrey Shelton, who clears it. Austin Shelton now driving, kicks it out, and it was in between Aubrey and Bobby Moorhead, and neither of them went after it, so the turnover will go back over to Nike. So a tough turnaround here for Nike, who has played 2 grueling games and now has another high-intensity contest with a spot in the championship on the line. Bracy drove there and had it knocked out of bounds, so Nike will retain possession.
They left, they came back. We're still seeing TJ Bracy aggressively penetrating. We're seeing Mac Johnson on the glass.
Mac Johnson, if you weren't able to see the game that they had here, their previous game on center court, as Bragg puts up the shot, that's no good. But Mac Johnson was an absolute animal on the offensive boards, and he just got every single one, it felt like, and ended the game on an offensive putback, which was only fitting.
Only fitting, because he deserved that.
And Aubrey Shelton over to Bobby Moorhead, who knocks down the two-pointer. Bobby rocking the headband, cool, calm, and collected as he's given Bobby and the boys a 4-point lead.
And that's what he did for the Grizzlies and recently in back-to-back Big Sky championship teams.
Bracy now matched up against Moorhead. Goes over to Bragg. Bragg will kick it back out to Bracy. And they go work it inside to Mac Johnson. Back over to Bracy, shot fake, frees himself up, two-pointer, too strong. And Moorhead tracks it down, poked away by Bracy, but will stick with Bobby and the boys.
TJ Bracy's got to get that bucket to go down. Good offense, inside out. First into Mac Johnson, and maybe Bobby and the boys have a scouting report on Mac because they doubled down on him right away.
There's Austin Shelton kicking it over to Bobby Moorhead. That's too strong, and that will go out of bounds into the shaded area. As we still see fans filing in for this semifinal
creeping away, creeping a little bit towards the east, covering a little bit more of this back grandstand.
They'll take what they can get. Manuel Alcala. He's so crafty. You got to watch what he does. And fadeaway jumper is in and out. So Moorhead will bring it back out.
I want to see the between the legs bounce pass back to himself again. That's his signature move.
So Aaron Shelton is in the game, number 24. That's the same number as Bobby, but Aaron Shelton is wearing the black sleeves. As the shot is put up, no good there. That was Aubrey. So here's Alcala. Bragg now will drive, Bragg going, fadeaway jump shot, no good. Moorhead from way downtown, that rattles out. Bragg, a little bit of a miscue. Moorhead tees it up again from beyond the arc. That's no good. Moorhead now back with it.
He's behind the checkback line there.
So now we're starting to see Bobby and the boys take advantage of those offensive rebounds. In the other game that we saw in Nike Center Court, it was Nike who was dominating, but Bobby and the boys doing a good job on the glass, and it reflects in the score.
Aubrey Shelton especially down low, one-on-one with Mac Johnson, keeping him off the board.
So a 5-0 start to this one for Bobby and the boys. As we'll see if Nike can get into their offense and get something going. Bracy went down low into Alcala. Bracy from the top of the key, and that's no good.
And again, that might be an effect of, we saw Alcala with an air ball, TJ Bracy with an air ball, and that might be part of that switching court, going back out to the street before coming back to center court.
Moorhead now, step back, two-pointer. Tough shot there, but the rebound and put back no good from Aubrey Shelton. Bracy now, drive, put it up, no good. So Moorhead now with it. He goes right back inside to Aubrey Shelton. And that's no good. I'm sorry, that was Austin Shelton. The Sheltons now both would no longer have sleeves. So there goes the cheat code. Moorhead now out to Austin Shelton. And that's no good.
That's our fourth air ball so far early in the contest.
5-0 Bobby and the boys lead. Team Nike.
So 5-0 our score. Bobby and the boys leading it.
Nike playing its third contest in about an hour and a half.
Bragg
Anything left?
now tied up there with Austin Shelton.
Ball. Dribbles out.
Nike using this double high post action, having TJ Bracy rub off one side or the other.
That was great defense from Moorhead, but then he eventually fouled. So Mac Johnson will head to the line. The player of the game from their previous Nike Center Court game has a chance to get Nike on the board, and he cannot. He tried to go bank there. I talked to Craig Elo.
Craig Elo swears by. He swears
the
by the
strategy.
bank free throws. Yep.
It's the strategy that we've talked about, the tight rims, and anything that's not just dead on is just going to rattle out. And
Yep.
Moorhead now misses off the front iron.
That all goes back to John Wood. He would swear by the bank free throw and tried to get the Bruins to use it.
It just doesn't look as cool.
Well.
Bobby now misses again, but is fouled by Mac Johnson. So far, Nike unable to get anything going on offense as Bobby and the boys have their way in the early going. And Moorhead misses there, and we talk about those tight rims. If it's not right dead center on line, the chances of it going down are pretty slim. Mac Johnson now on the high post, kicks it out to Bracy, shot fake, tries to drive and go glass, or no, the runner is good. So Nike now on the board. But Bobby and the boys very much so in control in this game. Austin Shelton over to Aubrey Shelton. Now Austin now driving, but misses, and a foul is called. You get the sense that Nike is starting to feel it a little bit.
Yeah, you can tell. I'm looking at the facial expression of TJ Bracy over here, and you can tell he is exhausted.
Every stoppage is hands on the knees, kind of bending over.
Well, and you're seeing more fouls too, and you're seeing, maybe not as quick defensively or holding block out quite as long.
And the free throw was made there, so Bobby and the boys is back up to a 6-1 lead.
Banks puts it on the deck, loses the handle.
And Alcala, lost the
Out of bounds to Bobby and the
dribble there, so it goes back over to Bobby and the boys. And Austin Shelton at the top. Goes over to Aubrey. The three Sheltons on the floor. Austin misses it.
short. Out of bounds.
And we'll see who that's off of. Looks like it'll stay with Bobby and the boys.
Substitutions for Nike on almost every dead ball now. They're rotating in and out, trying to get into the shade, get some water.
And the ball knocked away there by Alcala. Yeah, playing 3 games in about 80-ish minutes or so it can't be easy.
Hoopfest 2019.
Well, and I'm sure they played this morning, and they may have even had an early after. They had a loss, and that's what got them into that position where they were having to play multiple times back to back. That's the thing you mentioned earlier, where Hoopfest really, really protects and really rewards winners, because it is really a challenge to come back through a loser's bracket.
Yeah, you tip your cap for them to even get this far.
Tracy with the lone point for Nike. Go back to work.
Bragg trying to post up there, but Bracy instead wants to take it off the dribble there. That was Aaron Shelton defending.
Gets the rebound. Tracy from his backside.
And Bragg almost about to bring down the entire hoop there. And I think he might have just ripped off the net.
Now we've got a equipment malfunction.
Yeah, what have we seen here? We've seen the ball go underneath our tent. We've seen a men's ball used in the women's game.
The spilled drink.
We've seen the spilled drink.
Spilled drink.
We've seen that, and now we are seeing a net malfunction here, as somebody's going to have to go up there and fix the net there and get it reconnected, or we might just play with it.
Back on the playground, you just lift your buddy up by his feet, and he grabs the rim and fixes it, and then
tie
jumps
it back
down.
on. They can thank Austin Bragg for that. Alcala for 2. That's no good. So Moorhead clears it, goes the other way now. Between the leg crossover, Alcala, excellent hands there to poke that one away. And now he'll try to take on Moorhead. Alcala right between the legs.
There it is, the
there
between
we go.
the legs bounce
Fadeaway
pass to
jumper,
himself.
Alcala. Hello.
The between the legs bounce pass to himself. I love it.
Maybe that'll get Nike going as we get a
There
quick
you go.
look at
His
that.
signature move.
We told you to keep your eye on him. He's crafty, and he shows off the skills right there. As Nike now with possession after the Bobby and the boys miss. Bracy being guarded by Moorhead. They go right inside to
Go
Bragg.
inside. Now TJ needs to move. He does. Mac exchanges with Mac Johnson. Better movement now by Nike.
Bracy now uses that screen. Oh, and he tried to go behind the back. I think Johnson wanted it up. Bracy decides to tee it up. No good. And Johnson tried to save it but couldn't quite get a hold on it and instead hits a spectator.
Really good job by Bobby and the boys keeping these Nike players off of the offensive rebounds, because that really is what won the game for them that we saw, about an hour ago. It was not initial offensive production. It was second chances, third chances, tip-ins. That's really what won the game for them. Not getting that now, and as we see by the score, it's become difficult for them to get points.
Folks, we have the ladder out there. It's not to cut down the nets, but to reattach the nets as we get it situated here. And that gentleman has a lot of pressure on him. Almost reminds me of the Big Ten championship football game from 2 or 3 years ago, when the turf in the end zone kind of got ate up a little bit, and then the guy had to reattach it, and all of America was watching and hoping for the best as he was able to do his job in about 10 minutes or so. An impressive feat. This, I don't believe, is difficult, but
or the snowplow crew, the shovel crew in the snow
Yes.
at the Apple Cup this past year.
that was
Also
another
an integral team effort there.
a very pressure-packed situation for the folks that have to take care of those things, so we definitely do appreciate them. Getting it situated here is Craig Elo's going to go
Craig
check
Elo's
things
gonna
out
go
here.
inspect it.
Yeah, look at Craig. He said, hey, guys, it's got to go the other way. Craig will be
Get
on
Craig
the call.
on the ladder. Get him up
He
there.
will. Yeah, he's a tall guy. Doing a great job for us out here this weekend for SWX and KHQ. Craig, he's got the tape, though.
Got some tape.
He said, hey, guys, we're just going to get a little bit of tape.
Hey,
and
this is nothing duct tape couldn't fix.
hey, it can fix everything, is what we've heard. As we get this thing situated, Craig will be on the call with Sam in our championship games here. We have the 6 feet and under coming up here shortly. Then following will be the 6 feet and over, which the winner of this game will take on the two-time defending champs from Lee and Hayes. But have you ever seen this in your days of coaching basketball, playing basketball, tape on the rim?
I have seen ladders out in the middle of the game. I have actually seen rims have to be replaced. I have not ever seen tape on a rim, though. I'm not sure that that's official FIBA regulations.
We're taping fingers, wrists,
Yeah.
ankles,
Uh-huh.
now rims.
We used to tape the free throw line at the playground. I don't know if that counts for anything.
Well, they're doing a good job here at Hoopfest. And
Hey,
by
how
any
about the
means
fact that they
necessary.
would have some duct tape laying around? That's thinking of everything.
You got to be ready. You got to be ready. And the folks here are ready for pretty much any and everything as they once again put together another successful weekend here in downtown Spokane, the 30th anniversary of this great event called Spokane Hoopfest.
I was ready to go to my car if they didn't have some. Always keep some in the trunk.
You got to be ready for all sorts of situations. As Bobby and the boys lead 6-2, but Nike here with possession. Bracy over to Bragg as we get back into the action. Quick shot there from Johnson, and I like that.
I do too. And sometimes Mac can, outthink the position and outthink the move, but he just needs to be, I think, just catch the ball and be explosive.
So there is Aubrey Shelton, and he knocks down the two-pointer to give Bobby and the boys a little bit more cushion. 8-3 is our score. It's just after 5:15. A little behind schedule, but we'll get back there. We'll get there. And worst case scenario, just come hang out with us.
We got lots of daylight.
Exactly.
Not worried about that.
Just hang out with us. We're doing our thing, and
it'll be cooler here in a little bit.
it will be. Maybe that's a little advantage for Lee and Hayes, who's already well rested. Bragg gets it over to Bracy now. Bracy trying to slow things down here. Back inside to Johnson. Excellent shot fake, and he gets the lay-in to go. As Nike doing anything they can to try to stay in this ball game.
Great post position and seal by Mac Johnson. An easy finish for him.
Moorhead, deep two-pointer, too strong. Bragg tracks it down. Bragg now with the two, no good, and the offensive rebounding machine is there to clean it up. Mac Johnson with the putback.
Bobby Moorhead gone a little bit cold here after hitting his first two shots behind the line. Struggled since then.
And Shelton dribbled it off of himself and out of bounds. So the turnover from Aubrey Shelton as Nike with a chance to kind of get back into this game. Heck, if they hit a two-pointer, they're just within one.
With the possession here. We'll get that scoreboard up and running as soon as possible.
8-5 is our score here.
A scoreboard malfunction I just heard now. So we're just racking it up.
One of the advantages of watching on SWX.
Right.
Mac Johnson there collects the entry pass.
Out to Bracy. 8-5, Bobby and the boys up in the semifinal.
Bracy now calling for the screen.
Bracy going to work.
And he will drive through the lane, and it's blocked by Austin Shelton. So Bobby Moorhead clears it
8-5.
as he goes right inside to Aaron Shelton, and that is just bully ball. He misses.
Nike trailing
So Bracy now with it.
here. It's 8-5.
Alcala trying to cut,
Handoff.
frees himself up, will drive now and spins. Boy, Alcala has got a lot of tools in the toolbox there.
Well, and he's coming in a little bit fresh. He had an extended rest there on the sideline. He's got some fresh legs and some creativity.
So now Alcala will shoot from the free throw line. And he misses off the front iron.
Deficit remains 3 for Nike.
The ball will go back over to Bobby and the boys.
Shelton to Shelton. Handoff to Moorhead. Deep 2. Can't get it to go. Gets the long rebound. Kicks it out to Shelton. He'll put up the 2. That's short. Collar with the board for Nike. He'll take it back. Get it going on offense. Over to Bragg. He'll eye a long 2. That's going to go off the rim into the hands of Bobby and the boys. Over to Shelton. Dribble drive. Lay in. Too much. Up and out of bounds. Knocked out by Mac Johnson. Possession goes to Bobby and the boys. 8-5. Bobby and the boys lead. Team Nike here. Shelton back into Moorhead's hands. Pass into the post. Shelton going to work. Loses it. Out of bounds. 8-5. Still working on that scoreboard. Bobby and the boys 3-point lead. Collar will get the ball at the top. Checked in from Shelton to Colin. Passes it off to Bragg. Looking to trim the lead here. It's Team Nike down 8-5. Mac Johnson can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Bobby and the boys. Moorhead putting it on the deck. Over to Shelton. Aubrey Shelton takes the contact. Punishment will put him on the line for 1. Shelton's free throw is short. No good. Bobby and the boys lead remains 8-5 here from Nike Center Court at Hoopfest. Right to Akala. Akala eyes a 2. Athletic shot off the backboard. Doesn't rattle in. Moorhead with the board. Looking to get it going deep 2. Deuce in and out. Shelton tipped for the rebound. Over to Shelton. He'll step back. Thought about it. Over to Moorhead. Throw into the post. Shelton up. He'll knock it down. Score is now Bobby and the boys 9, Team Nike 5. Brayton for 2. No good. Rebound. Moorhead. Bobby takes it back. Thought about it 2. Passes off to Shelton. Over to Shelton. Over to Moorhead. Cross court pass. No 2. Aubrey Shelton 4-2. No good. 9-5. TJ Brayton picks up the loose ball. Rebound. Takes it back. Into Mac Johnson. Nike trailing by 4. Down 9-5. Bragg. Eyeing a 2 from downtown and bang, he hits it. It's 9-7. Bobby and the boys up by 2. Shelton over to Moorhead. Guarded by TJ Bracey. Puts it on the deck. Across the court. Shelton dishes it back. Tipped by Johnson. Out of bounds. Possession stays here. Scoreboard back up and running. You can tell the score right now. Bobby and the boys up by 2. 9-7. Now make that 11-7. Moorhead finds the stroke from deep. Nike Nike trying to hang on. Brayton. Post pass into Johnson. Shelton takes the contact. Aubrey Shelton to Moorhead. He'll dribble in, loses the handle. Mac Johnson on the floor. Tosses it out of bounds. Possession going to Bobby and the boys. Aubrey Shelton into Moorhead. Back over to Shelton. Dribble, drive, kick out. Straight ahead two. It's back iron and in. 13-7, just like that. A couple of deuces from Moorhead. And the lead now at 6. Mac Johnson spins. Ball out of bounds. Going to Bobby and the boys. Shelton, pump fake, drives to the rack, can't get it to go, ball out of bounds. It's going to stay with Bobby and the boys. Men's 6 and under championship following this contest. Canada versus all of the lights. Shelton from Moorhead to Shelton, he'll drive. Swatted by TJ Bracey. Gonna stay with Bobby and the boys. Looks like we're going to the line. Austin Shelton puts the free throw up and good. 14-7. Bobby and the boys leads Nike 6 points away from advancing to the finals. Tracy checks it in, over to Bragg. Bragg steps back, passes off to Akala. Dribble handoff to Bracey. Ball tipped, blocked. Moorhead grabs the loose ball, out of bounds. Possession goes to Nike.
Making it difficult for Nike to find any openings, to find any offensive opportunities, especially anything that's easy.
Bragg now. Off the glass, and he gets it to go. Bragg talking to the court monitor saying, hey, man, they're kind of hugging me up there a little bit.
That's Hoopfest defense.
It is.
You can get away with that in Hoopfest.
On the block, you see some physical defense being played. Stuff that I'm like, that's a foul in any other regulation basketball game. But hey, here in the park, anything really, well, not anything goes, but it's a lot more physical of a game. Alcala, and that just looked like fatigue there. Not able to corral that rebound.
Austin Shelton with the rock. Looking to get it going here offensively. Looking for 6 more points. 2 ball on the way, too strong. Bragg with the board. Over to Brayton.
As Bracey now will drive and misses the lay-in.
Moorhead with it. Kick over the corner to Aubrey Shelton.
And Aubrey Shelton likes the 2 and misses. And they'll call the foul on Moorhead. So just as it felt like Nike was kind of getting that wind, that second wind, and they're starting to slow down a tad here, but Bragg a chance to make it a 5-point game at the charity stripe, and just a little short.
On the free throw. Score remains 14-8. Bobby and the boys up on Team Nike.
The entirety of the court almost covered in shadows now.
Nike 3 for Bobby and the boys.
Moorhead now from deep 2. That's a little short.
Into the hands of Shelton.
They're going to go right back into Moorhead now, who's done most of his work on the perimeter, but there he hits the turnaround jumper from about 6 feet out.
For a date in the championship game.
So
Call over to Bracey. He'll take the long 2.
And Bracey's long 2 is just short. believe the court monitor is here saying it tipped off of one of the players. As Nike will have the basketball as we got that sorted out. Bragg now being guarded by Aubrey Shelton there, and Alcala misses from 2-point range.
Bobby and the boys need 5 more points for a date with Lee and Hayes. Over to Shelton.
As Shelton knocks down the 2-pointer. I'd like to welcome our KHQ viewers to Nike Center Court here from Spokane, Washington. You're watching the 6 feet and over men's elite semifinal. Bobby and the boys taking on Nike, and right now Bobby and the boys can see the finish line as they try to punch their ticket to the championship game. Bobby Moorhead misses there. The winner of this game will take on Lee and Hayes. I'm Femi Bebefe alongside my partner Jeff Norton. As Bracy now driving, kicks it out to Alcala. Step back, 2-point, tough shot. That's missed. Johnson tried to go over the head. Alcala out to Bracy, and he misses. Alcala now going up, misses again. Johnson with another offensive rebound. Bracy for 2, can't get it to fall. Alcala brings it down. So Nike coming up with offensive rebounds, but they can't get the bucket to go as Alcala misses, and finally Bobby and the boys tracks it down, leading 17-8.
TJ Bracy can barely elevate off the ground. He is so tired. That's not typical of his ability to see him miss 3 straight shots like that with really no defense around him.
Yeah, for those of you who have not been with us or watching, Nike has played about 3 games in about an 80 or 90 minute span, in addition to the game that they played earlier in the day. So you're watching an exhausted team that has had to fight their way through the losers bracket and now get to this semifinal game as they trail 18-8. Austin Bragg, a beautiful move there on the block. But barring some sort of epic comeback, it looks like Nike's run here at Spokane Hoopfest 2019 is likely coming to an end, and it will come to an end with a 2-point bucket for Bobby and the boys. Moorhead might be the guy to do it. He's liked that shot all game long.
Yeah, it was just a little too much Bobby Moorhead in the middle of the contest there. After a quick, fast start, they were able to hold him in check, but then he was able to get untracked, and 6 points, 6 I believe of their last 12 points for Bobby Moorhead.
As the winner of this gets Lee and Hayes, you want to obviously stick around with us for the 6 feet and under game. That will be Canada versus all of the lights in the 6 feet and under championship. Following this game as Mac Johnson gets the point blank bucket here. It's a 8-point ball game, and as if you're Nike, it's just no 2s. The 2s will end you.
What would be the name of your Hoopfest team?
Ooh, name of my Hoopfest team. I had a clever name for my college intramural team that I will not say on television, but I can tell you off of air. As Aubrey Shelton got that one to fall. I like my job, Jeff, so I'm going to go ahead and not say that.
Why is everybody's always got to come up with something inappropriate for their team name?
I wouldn't say inappropriate. It's more so tasteful.
Okay, all right.
More so tasteful as Bobby and the boys trailing by 7 here. Inside to Mac Johnson now. And he is fouled, and almost like a strategic foul there from Aubrey Shelton as they just try to slow the game down and play for that final possession.
Make him earn it at the free throw line instead of allowing him to kick it out and give a chance for a 2. That's a smart foul. And they'll, I'm sure, continue along those lines if they have to defend again.
And here we go. A 2-pointer would win it for Bobby and the boys, trying to punch their ticket to the 6 feet and over men's elite championship. Bragg with an excellent block there. And he almost lost the dribble right there as Bracy now will drive.
Back down, Austin Bragg. Looking to stay alive.
Bracy now inside the paint, misses. He is just exhausted, frustrated.
He can't elevate, but he is battling. He is very competitive, and he's going to keep going until the final.
And the deep shot is no good, and the putback is in. Austin Shelton goes on and finishes it here for Bobby and the boys. They defeat Nike 20-10. Heck of a run there by Nike with how many games they had to play to get to that point, but they just did not have enough left in the gas, as it will be Bobby and the boys advancing to the championship.
Yeah, all over this downtown core, on every single court, not just center court. It's just very, very difficult to come through the loser's bracket, especially if you lose in day 2. Losing in day 1 is a little bit easier because they're not so back-to-back and not quite as consecutive. But if you lose in Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, it really is a challenge to come back through and get to a championship game.
So that sets up Bobby and the boys against the 2-time defending champs, Leon Hayes, in our 6 feet and over men's elite championship. But don't go away. We got the 6 feet and under championship going on. It's Canada against all of the lights. You'll want to stick around for that one. Sam Adams, Craig Elo on the call. But for Femi and Bebefe, for Jeff Norton, you've been watching Spokane Hoopfest 2019 from Nike Center Court.
Thank you for being with us. I'm Steph.